again. I wanted to talk about my experience of using my own listening and how I was able to heal myself from a brain injury. I teach memory training, and it's not rote repetition, uncomfortable, boring memory. It's using creative pictures. And as you see these pictures and make links together and re-see the pictures connected together in an action, like an action verb, seeing the pictures, it comes to life, and it actually enlivens the brain and causes new little neural branch growth. So for 18 years, I had learned this memory system. I was teaching it in the schools. I was also teaching older adults, even Alzheimer's patients, and having results with it. And finding out, even in 1983, which some of you weren't born yet, that the brain could regenerate. And this was before it was, news like it is today. And when I was in grad, so I had developed this supersonic, incredible ability. And one of the things about it is I was practicing pictures, remembering through pictures and recalling through pictures. It started to take on a life of its own. And I started to see pictures as a guide to help me to the next step. So I was producing an audio series, doing advertising, and ideas would come to me. So my purpose really is for everybody to see themselves as they ultimately really want to be, and then to attract the things that will help them manifest that. And then if everyone in the whole world could be that self that they want to be, what a happy, blossoming world we would have. So that's really the thing that interests me the most. And the vehicle that I see happening through it is through the memory system. So anyway, 18 years later, supersonic powerful memory. I'm teaching school. I'm in Norwalk, California, live in LA, and I'm teaching Hispanic kids this memory system so they can feel powerful in setting their goals, seeing their goals, making action steps to have it, and teaching them the kind of drilling them with the memory system. And as I'm on my way to school that day, it's rainy, I get hit like boom, boom, boom into a T-stop by a big rig truck, one of those huge, huge big trucks. And it was really scary. And it turned out I had lost my memory. So here I was, a memory expert, and I couldn't remember, I still tried to get to school. And the principal just said, "You're never going to teach again." And I couldn't tell who my students were, who were students in the hallway. I went to doctors at UCLA. They all said they couldn't help me. Of course, the brain doesn't regenerate. I said, yes, it does. And so finally, when and everyone had a different diagnosis. I had amnesia, one. I had frontal beginning dementia from another. I just had cognitive disorder from another. They didn't know what they were doing. So I realized I had to use my own memory system, but I prayed, and I met an 85-year-old neural engineer, and we met, and I told him what was going on, and he said, since your memory system develops up a supersonic memory, you need to be doing that. But you're slow, so go find some old people who are slow and teach them your memory system. And that's what I was able to do. And I improved, they improved. I wrote a book about it. And it took about 10 years because it really did take about 6 years for the injury to heal. But I was able to come back and teach again another probably 2 years as an English teacher. And then I got my dream job, which is teach drama. And I was able to do that for a decade. And so the thing that really was what saved me was my brother said, you know what it's like to help people from a good brain, a healthy brain, but now you know what it's like to have an injured brain. And you're going to be an even better clinician in your future. So I realized I couldn't really listen to the other doctors except for this 85-year-old neuroscientist, but I had to listen to me. And the intuition can come, sometimes we can hear it, but because I was so vibrant and using visual pictures, a lot of ideas would literally come in the form of pictures. And I was able to see that and be guided by that. And so that's what I want for you. Is it's a very simple method of just taking two different images, linking it with an action verb, visualizing, and then recalling it. And I have many free YouTube videos. So if you just go youtube.com and you type in Vicki Mizell, VickiMizel, about 5 little memory lessons will come on. And then I also have a book Q&A on the YouTube. And then the other thing that happened that was very interesting is my brother got sick with COVID. They told me he was going to die and that I should just watch him die over the phone. And I said, I don't think so. And so they said, well, we think it's too dangerous for you to come. This was the beginning of the pandemic. And so I just checked in with the spiritual teacher. He said that I was safe and visualized light all around me and was put in the light of the Most High. And I flew to be with my brother and really was guided to the right nutrition, the right support. And it was as if the seas parted. The hospital let me see him, even though it was kind of quote against the rules. They let me see him because they thought he was going to die. He didn't die. In fact, he was so good from the nutrition that he didn't have any long COVID, no brain problem, no heart problem. And then a friend encouraged me to write a book about that. So even, with yet another accident that happened that I won't go into right now, I was able to just complete another book called A Sister's Love. So I just wanted to encourage, I just feel everyone would love the memory system. It would just help them create whatever goals, desires, achievements they want. And then as your brain is so full of neural foliage, you're protecting yourself from accidents, illness, aging, dementia, and prevention really is the key to everything. I just saw a family put their loved one into an assisted living place. And it was really, in my opinion, it was unnecessary. If they would, have just really done proper diet, nutrition, she did exercise and the brain regeneration, and everyone was on board, then I think you can continue to have a happy, healthy, independent longevity for your life and manifest all your dreams come true. So I'm Vicki Mizell, and yeah, those are the links, and that's perfect. And thank you for listening, and thank you for all your wonderful smiles and nods, and very encouraging. Thank you, Dayu.